From the moment humans sought shelter to the age of towering skyscrapers, architecture has been an ever-evolving testament to our ingenuity. It's a tangible timeline etched in stone, wood, glass, and steel, reflecting our values, aspirations, and understanding of the world around us. Each structure, whether a humble dwelling or a grand monument, whispers stories of the past. Join us as we delve into the captivating world of architecture, tracing its evolution from rudimentary shelters to awe-inspiring feats of engineering and design. Our ancestors, driven by the fundamental need for protection, found refuge in nature's embrace. Caves, with their natural barriers against the elements, became the earliest forms of human habitation. As humans transitioned from nomadic hunter-gatherers to settled communities, their architectural skills evolved. The need for more permanent structures led to experimentation with readily available materials like mud, wood, and stone. Monumental structures, often religious or political in nature, began to dot the landscape. In the dawn of humanity, survival was paramount. Caves, with their inherent ability to shield from the elements and predators, became the earliest forms of human habitation. The walls of caves often served as canvases for early artistic expressions, preserving a glimpse into the minds and beliefs of our prehistoric ancestors. The haunting beauty of cave paintings, such as those found in Lascaux, France, speaks to an innate human desire to create and leave a mark on the world. Life in caves fostered a deep connection with the natural environment. The rhythms of nature, from the changing seasons to the movement of animals, dictated the daily routines of these early humans. This necessity, coupled with an evolving understanding of basic construction techniques, spurred the development of more deliberate forms of shelter. As humans transitioned from nomadic hunter-gatherers to more settled communities, their architectural ambitions grew. The need to establish a sense of place, to commemorate the dead, and to appease the gods led to the emergence of megalithic architecture. Stonehenge, perhaps the most iconic example of megalithic architecture, continues to captivate and mystify us with its enigmatic design and astronomical alignments. While the exact purpose of many megalithic structures remains shrouded in mystery, their enduring presence serves as a powerful reminder of the human urge to create, to explore, and to leave a lasting legacy. The development of agriculture marked a turning point in human history, leading to more settled lifestyles and the emergence of permanent villages. This newfound stability fostered the development of more sophisticated building techniques and the use of locally sourced materials. Mud, readily available and easily molded, became a primary building material. Combined with straw or animal dung for added strength and insulation, mud bricks formed the walls of countless dwellings. Timber, harvested from nearby forests, provided structural support for roofs and frameworks. The seeds of urban planning and architectural specialization were sown in these early villages, paving the way for the rise of cities and the increasingly sophisticated built environments that would define human civilization. Emerging from the fertile Nile River Valley, ancient Egyptian civilization left an indelible mark on the world with its awe-inspiring architecture. The pyramids, most notably the Great Pyramid of Giza, stand as enduring symbols of Egyptian ingenuity and architectural prowess. These colossal structures, built with millions of limestone blocks, were not merely burial chambers but testaments to the pharaoh's power and a physical manifestation of their journey to the afterlife. Temples, dedicated to various deities, played a central role in Egyptian religious life. These grand complexes, such as the Temple of Karnak, featured massive columns, often adorned with intricate carvings, open courtyards, and towering pylons. Egyptian architecture, with its emphasis on permanence, grandeur, and intricate symbolism, reflects a civilization deeply connected to its history, beliefs, and the natural world. In the cradle of civilization, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, Mesopotamian societies flourished. Their architectural achievements, shaped by religious beliefs and a desire to connect with the heavens, gave rise to the ziggurat, a distinctive and imposing structure that dominated the urban landscape. Ziggurats were massive stepped pyramids, built with mud brick cores and faced with baked bricks. These towering structures served as sacred temples dedicated to the patron deities of the city. Their elevated platforms, accessed by monumental staircases, were believed to bring priests closer to the gods and provided a commanding view of the surrounding plains. These monumental structures, reaching towards the heavens, reflect the Mesopotamians' desire to connect with the divine and leave a lasting mark on the world. Ancient Greece, a civilization renowned for its philosophy, democracy, and artistic achievements, also left an enduring legacy on the world of architecture. Greek architects, driven by a pursuit of harmony, balance, and ideal proportions, developed a distinctive style that would profoundly influence Western architecture for centuries to come. The Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian orders, characterized by their unique column designs, capitals, and entablatures, provided a framework for achieving visual harmony and balance in their structures. The Parthenon, a temple dedicated to the goddess Athena, stands as a pinnacle of classical Greek architecture. Greek architecture, with its emphasis on balance, proportion, and the harmonious integration of form and function, transcended its time. The Roman Empire, known for its vast reach, military might, and sophisticated legal system, also left an indelible mark on the world through its architectural achievements. Roman architects and engineers, inheritors of Greek traditions, pushed the boundaries of construction technology, pioneering new materials and techniques that allowed them to create structures of unprecedented scale and complexity. One of Rome's most significant contributions to architecture was the development and widespread use of concrete. This versatile material, stronger and more durable than traditional stone, allowed Roman builders to create arches, vaults, and domes of unprecedented size, freeing them from the limitations of post and lintel construction. The Colosseum, a massive amphitheater capable of holding tens of thousands of spectators, stands as a testament to Roman engineering prowess. Roman architecture, with its embrace of new materials, its focus on functionality, and its grand vision, laid the foundation for urban planning and architectural innovation for centuries to come. As the Roman Empire faded into history, a new architectural style emerged from the ruins, reflecting the changing social, political, and religious landscape of medieval Europe. Romanesque architecture, drawing inspiration from both Roman and Byzantine traditions, emerged as a dominant force in the 11th and 12th centuries, characterized by its massive scale, sturdy construction, and the revival of the round arch. Monasteries, churches, and cathedrals, often built with thick walls, small windows, and heavy barrel vaults, became centers of religious life and offered refuge from the uncertainties of the medieval world. Skilled masons, drawing upon Roman techniques, honed their craft, creating intricate carvings and decorative elements that adorned the facades and capitals of these imposing structures. Its emphasis on solid construction, the use of the round arch, and the revival of stone masonry paved the way for a new era in architectural innovation. Emerging from the Romanesque tradition in the 12th century, Gothic architecture marked a radical departure in style and ambition. Driven by a desire to create structures that seemed to touch the heavens and bathe their interiors in divine light, Gothic architects and masons developed innovative structural solutions that would redefine the possibilities of stone construction. The pointed arch, a key innovation of Gothic architecture, allowed for greater height and wider spans than the traditional Romanesque round arch. Flying buttresses, external supports that transferred the weight of the vaulted ceilings to massive piers, allowed for thinner walls, and the incorporation of large stained glass windows, a hallmark of Gothic architecture. Cathedrals like Notre Dame in Paris and Chartres Cathedral became symbols of civic pride, religious devotion, and the innovative spirit of the age. Spanning continents and centuries, Islamic architecture stands as a testament to the rich cultural and artistic traditions of the Islamic world. From the Iberian Peninsula to Southeast Asia, mosques, palaces, and madrasas, religious schools, bear witness to a distinctive architectural style characterized by its intricate geometric patterns, vibrant colors, and the harmonious interplay of light and shadow. Central to Islamic architecture is the concept of aniconism, the avoidance of figurative imagery in religious art. This led to the development of elaborate geometric patterns, calligraphy, and arabesque designs that adorn the surfaces of mosques, palaces, and other structures. From the Alhambra in Spain to the Taj Mahal in India, Islamic architectural masterpieces continue to inspire awe and wonder. The medieval era, often characterized by political fragmentation, warfare, and the need for security, gave rise to a distinctive form of architecture, the castle. These imposing fortresses, strategically located on hilltops, riverbanks, or other defensible positions, served as symbols of power, protection for local populations, and centers of military and political authority. Early castles, often built from wood and earth, evolved over time into formidable stone structures. Thick walls, reinforced with towers, battlements, and arrow slits, provided defense against invaders. Within the castle walls, a complex world existed, while castles might evoke images of knights, battles, and medieval romance. They were also centers of administration, justice, and social life. As the medieval period gave way to the Renaissance, a profound shift occurred in Europe's architectural landscape. This era revived the architectural principles of ancient Greece and Rome. Renaissance architecture emphasized symmetry, proportion, and harmony. Architects like Brunelleschi and Alberti reflected humanism and order. Brunelleschi's Duomo marked a turning point in architectural history. His double-shell construction paved the way for grand domes. Renaissance architecture spread rapidly, influencing palaces, churches, and civic buildings. It laid the groundwork for Baroque innovations. Emerging in the late 16th century, Baroque architecture took the Renaissance's fascination with classical forms and infused it with drama, opulence, and theatricality. Architects like Bernini and Borromini embraced curves, dynamism, and elaborate ornamentation. Churches like St. Peter's Basilica in Rome and St. Paul's Cathedral in London exemplified the Baroque aesthetic. Their soaring domes, elaborate facades, and richly decorated interiors created an atmosphere of awe and grandeur. The Palace of Versailles epitomized Baroque grandeur and absolute power. Its gardens, designed by André Le Notre, reflected the Baroque desire to impose order on nature. The Renaissance and Baroque periods marked a flow of architectural innovation from Italy throughout Europe. The movement of artists and patronage of wealthy rulers spread these styles. In France, Francis I brought Leonardo da Vinci to his court. The Château de Chambord exemplified early French Renaissance architecture. The Palace of Versailles epitomized Baroque grandeur. In England, the Renaissance arrived during Elizabeth I's reign. Inigo Jones introduced a classical style seen in the banqueting house. Christopher Wren's Baroque style is notable in St. Paul's Cathedral. These styles also spread beyond Europe through colonization and trade. They were adapted and blended with local traditions, creating unique forms. By the mid-18th century, the exuberance of the Baroque had begun to wane, giving way to a renewed appreciation for the clarity, rationality, and restraint of classical architecture. The neoclassical movement, fueled by the Enlightenment's emphasis on reason and logic, swept through Europe and America, influencing architecture, art, and political thought. Inspired by ancient Greek and Roman ruins, such as Pompeii and Herculaneum, architects sought to emulate classical forms. They emphasized symmetry, balance, and simple geometric shapes. The use of classical orders, Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian, was prevalent. Neoclassical style appeared in public buildings, monuments, private residences, and churches. The U.S. Capitol building, designed by William Thornton, embodies the ideals of democracy and the Enlightenment. Neoclassical architecture provided stability and reflected Enlightenment ideals. It celebrated reason, humanism, and the pursuit of knowledge. While neoclassicism celebrated the grandeur of the past, the Industrial Revolution transformed architecture with iron and steel. New materials and processes opened up architectural possibilities, leading to structures like the Crystal Palace. Steel, stronger than iron, dominated late 19th century construction. The Bessemer process made steel affordable, revolutionizing urban architecture with skyscrapers. The late 19th and early 20th centuries witnessed a seismic shift in architectural thinking. Modernism, a multifaceted movement that rejected the ornate historicism of the 19th century, embraced new materials, technologies, and social ideals, paving the way for a radical reimagining of the built environment. Modernist architects, such as Walter Gropius, Ludwig Mies van der Rohe, and Le Corbusier, believed that form should follow function. They sought to create buildings that were honest in their use of materials, efficient in their design, and responsive to the needs of modern life. The Bauhaus, a German art and design school founded by Walter Gropius, played a pivotal role in shaping the modernist aesthetic. The school's emphasis on craftsmanship, industrial design, and the integration of art and technology had a profound influence on architecture, furniture design, and graphic arts. Modernist architecture embraced new materials, such as reinforced concrete, steel, and glass, using them to create buildings with clean lines, geometric forms, and a sense of lightness and transparency. Ornamentation was seen as superfluous, and buildings were stripped down to their essential elements. By the mid-20th century, the austere functionalism of modernist architecture began to face criticism for its perceived monotony and lack of connection to historical context and human emotions. Postmodernism emerged as a reaction to these perceived shortcomings, embracing diversity, playfulness, and a willingness to challenge the established rules of architectural design. Postmodern architects such as Robert Venturi, Denise Scott Brown, Michael Graves, and Frank Gehry rejected the notion of a single universal style. They embraced a more eclectic approach, borrowing elements from various historical periods and architectural styles, often combining them in unexpected and playful ways. Buildings like the Portland Building in Oregon, with its playful use of color and classical references, and the Vanna Venturi House in Pennsylvania, which challenged conventional notions of domestic architecture, exemplify the postmodern spirit of challenging established norms and embracing a more inclusive and diverse architectural language. Postmodernism's impact on architecture extended beyond individual buildings. It influenced urban planning, landscape architecture, and even furniture design, encouraging a more playful, contextual, and human-centered approach to the built environment. As the 20th century drew to a close and the environmental impact of human activities came into sharp focus, architecture began to grapple with the need for sustainability and environmental responsibility. High-tech architecture, emerging in the 1970s, embraced technological innovation and advanced materials to create buildings that were both aesthetically striking and environmentally conscious. Architects like Norman Foster, Richard Rogers, and Renzo Piano embraced the use of exposed structural elements, advanced building skins, and renewable energy sources, such as solar panels and wind turbines, integrated into their designs. Buildings like the Pompidou Center in Paris, with its exposed infrastructure and vibrant colors, and the HSBC building in Hong Kong, known for its energy-efficient design, exemplify this approach. Sustainable architecture, building upon the principles of high-tech architecture, prioritizes the use of locally sourced and environmentally friendly materials, passive heating and cooling techniques, and a focus on reducing a building's overall environmental footprint. From green roofs and living walls to rainwater harvesting systems and energy-efficient appliances, sustainable architecture seeks to create buildings that operate in harmony with their surroundings, minimizing their impact on the environment and promoting the well-being of their occupants. As we venture deeper into the 21st century, architecture stands at the cusp of another transformative era. Rapid technological advancements and urbanization challenges are pushing the boundaries of architectural innovation. Smart cities with interconnected sensors and responsive infrastructure are a key focus for urban planners. These cities aim to improve efficiency, sustainability, and quality of life. Vertical cities offer a solution to urban sprawl and land scarcity. These communities minimize environmental impact while providing essential amenities. Advances in 3D printing and robotics open new possibilities for design and construction. Buildings can now be printed layer by layer using sustainable materials. Biomimicry influences adaptable, resilient, and responsive building designs. Architecture is becoming dynamic, adaptable, and responsive to evolving needs. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.